welcome. We are back with another Friday the 13th review. I am Raiden. This is Blood Honey, continuing on with our Honey's Horror series. And we just got done watching, obviously, you might be able to tell, Friday the 13th, Part 3, 3D. There we go. Now, we actually did get the chance to watch this in actual 3D because I do, by chance, happen to have a 3D television downstairs. And of course, it's her first time watching the film, getting her reaction and my review. So yeah, this is basically almost 40 years in the making to be able to see this movie in a true 3D format. Now, you are lucky enough to actually get to experience it for the first time as it was intended. So walking away from it, how do you feel about it?
Uh, I guess I'd. Well, I mean, I didn't hate it. I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. Cheesy 80s, slasher stuff. So, yeah, definitely decent 3D. Obviously, you got the cheesy pop out, parts. But yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was, just the next movie in line. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't hate it.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Yeah. This is the third entry. So far they've been doing it year by year. 1980, 81. This came out in 82, and of course they wanted to go ahead and do something bigger, so they went straight out with it and just focused on the 3D. I mean, you can tell that everything else pretty much came second. Gimmick and everything, just literally sticking stuff into the camera and just like that in order to get that effect. I mean, this is of course long before we tried to do it right. But yeah, so it's a fun movie. I would say that this movie, it really just kind of defies what Friday the 13th is on such a fun level. Arguably it has some of the most iconic moments in the movie. Of course, Jason getting his hockey mask for the first time, and you get to see all that imagery. And I know typically when they do 3D movies, they have to make it look lighter. So of course, when you watch it, there is a certain brightness to like even when you watch the characters outside at night, in the woods and everything, it has a very vibrant look and feel to it. So not just the 3D, but just the colors are very vibrant. Like it just sticks out as a film, and it's one of the more. It's a very charming Friday the 13th movie, to kind of say the least. So as far as like kills and everything and the whole 3D effect, how did you feel about those?
Um, I guess it's your uh, standard kills, nothing super crazy, not like, Kevin Bacon getting stabbed, up through the through the throat.
Yeah, well, they do kind of replicate that with the girl in the hammock. It's basically it's yeah.
Yeah, so nothing like outlandish, so it's just your standard kills, I guess. Head chopping craziness.
Yeah. What you'll notice too a lot throughout the film is that like clearly like things are on strings, like the eyeball and the snake. That they use to help kind of like shoot out at you like that and everything. And yeah, and in some takes like the girl with the fire poker, like they would have to do shots like that up to like 40 times is what I heard, is just trying to get the alignment right for the shot for the 3D and all that stuff. So it would take them a long time to set up for each shot of the film a lot of the time because of that. But hey, that's what you got to do when you're working with such gimmicks, especially earlier technology from this movie. So as far as the characters, this one we're following Dana Kimmel's leading character in this one. How did you feel about her in comparison to the first two with Adrienne King and Amy Steele?
I suppose it's about the same. You're kind of invested, but then again, I guess I'm coming from, well, it's just just another movie in line. Nothing really standoutish, excellent. Oh my god, this character was amazing.
Yeah.
Sort of feeling. So it's just another movie, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I would say technically, I wouldn't say it's better than like part two because I do think that's the best of the first three. But this one, it's about on that level just in terms of like that fun factor where it's not really going for super quality or anything, especially like watching it again this time, I actually felt like the characters overall throughout were played pretty well, including Dana Kimmel up to a certain point when she starts kind of monologuing and you get like that flashback of a supposed attack by Jason years prior. Although again, it's just one of those things where in this franchise, in terms of continuity, it's like where does this fit in? And not only that, it alludes to him like maybe assaulting her. We don't really know. That's what we don't really know for sure because she says she blacks out. And it's like, well, what happened then? We it's such an odd like little thing to
Yeah,
place in there.
because
It
if
just
he gets
doesn't
his
make much
hands
sense.
on you, you're kind of dead.
Yeah,
Unless you happen to get away.
yeah.
But blacking out kind of.
Yeah, it's one of those
What?
very, very just odd and ambiguous things that they threw in there. You've been like, yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. I'm not really sure I want to know, but it's kind of it's a very
You kind of
strange.
write it off like, okay, let's just pretend that particular event didn't happen. I
Yeah.
mean, she was just scared out of her mind and passed out,
Mm-hmm.
and well, nothing happened.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. But as far as like going through and watching it, you seem to have some fun with some of the lines that were thrown out there, and that some characters were retort to one another and all that stuff.
yeah, I added my own. I had fun.
Yeah, yeah. I might have had one myself too. But yeah, so it's yeah the characters and everything. Larry Zerner, who plays Shelley, is where of course Jason gets his hockey mask, and sometimes is referred to as the Shelley mask. And as far as like the history behind the mask, no one really knows 100% in terms of who we could credit for coming up with the mask. But basically, it's someone on
That
set.
character introduces it.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, but basically someone on set, they were doing basically lighting tests, and so someone had the mask and they put it on them just to test the lighting, but they liked it so much they decided to keep it, and therefore the rest is history. So that's how that came to be. So as far as like the Shelley character, did you like or dislike that character? Because you can see what they were going for, him kind of being the nerdy prankster outcast. But of course, not people liking him. But he says his reasons why is because, well, no one would pay attention to him otherwise. Did you sympathize with him, or not so much, or where do you fall on that side?
Um. Well, I guess I'm just like the character served its purpose. It was a vehicle for introducing the mask, and I guess you gotta progress the story up till that point,
Mm-hmm.
because then when he comes back after being attacked, I mean, you don't really believe him because of
Yeah.
prior incidences.
Yeah,
So.
it's a boy who cried wolf scenario. It's
Yeah.
just like be like, oh no, like I'm dying. Be like, no, you're not. Be like, oh, he's dead for real.
Knock
Oh
it
crap.
off.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that whole thing.
So.
But yeah, it definitely plays to its effect. I mean, some may say be like, oh well, I wish I kind of see him actually get killed or anything, or at least see the attack on him and everything. But for what it does, I feel like it serves its purpose and it makes sense for the kind of
Yeah,
sort of gag.
have that sort of reaction to the characters, like, oh my god, it's so danged annoying. I just want to, smack him.
But what I love about the One Stone character, he's clearly based off of like Tommy Chong.
I was gonna
I'm like,
say,
why don't
is he
they
gonna start talking like him?
like I don't know
Yeah.
what the deal was at the time, but it's like you should have just gotten Tommy Chong. It would have just been funnier that way because even he's saying like, oh man, this and that. It's just it's quite hilarious to me that he's in there like that. But what can you say? So I mean, so what happens? Basically from the start, it's like yeah, they all get together to go out to the cabin. For her to kind of get through this scenario that she had been through and everything. And then they run into bikers at one point when they go out to the store. And so they start causing trouble as well. And so they show up and basically, I guess, want to burn the barn down for revenge and all that. And so that's when the body count starts to really
Yeah.
stack up and everything. So yeah, as far as those characters, I mean, again, they also kind of serve their purpose. They are kind of there for like a gimmick. They really don't really offer much else because they're constantly going back to this barn like a lot in this movie. But it does lead for some pretty decent imagery throughout the movie. Like I said, just the look of the film, it kind of makes you want to live in that cabin, I would say, for some reason. At least for me. I just like the look and feel of it in this movie. It's just, like I said, just the imagery is just a lot of fun. So by the end of the movie, of course, she's being chased by Jason, and she hangs him at one point, but then reveals his face, and you thought, like, what? And I remember you said, what was the point of that?
Yeah.
And yeah, even
exactly.
even other people would say, be like, is there really a point? Not really. Like, why did he do that? I guess just to be a dick. Be like, like, look at me, I'm an ugly motherfucker.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah. I mean, but it's just like little things like that just kind of make the performance fun. Richard Brooker, who has passed on now, but for some, he is a favorite, and rightfully so. I mean, he really kind of first defies, Jason with the hockey mask and everything, and he does give a fun performance. Did you think that was a good, like, kind of finale by the end of it, like with the whole 3D effect and everything? And did you find it to be better than some of the other endings, or so far, or was it?
I feel like it was just like everything else so far, like, because it had the dream thing going.
Yeah, again.
But yeah, seeing the mask is like now is where we all know it. Now is where I know it, is the hockey mask. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I want to see what else happens. It's just gonna go downhill from here.
Technically we go up
a little, and then
up a little bit down again, but then kind of back up, I would say. But yeah, we'll get to that point. Yeah, as far as the ending, again, they, like I said, they just kind of throw out that whole dream sequence, which again they really just needed to stop doing, but for some reason just kept doing it. And like, as Pamela's head is reattached and jumps out the water, I mean, it makes for, like, for the sake of this film, it makes for a fun little ending, but still technically doesn't make much sense. Even in a dream sequence state, it doesn't make much sense. Yeah. But so yeah, that's wrapping up the film, and then with the exception again with that ending, I would say, like I said, watching it this time, it's kind of like watching it for the first time, getting to watch it in this 3D format. It was just a lot of fun. Like I said, it's like I said, not technically a great film, but it's up there as far as the fun factor. So you definitely get that, which is great. And I will say,
it's a quintessential 80s slasher. That's what stuck out in my head.
Yeah.
Especially with the opening, the menu music, and then the ending credits music. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's a hell of a track, I gotta say. Yeah, wow.
Yeah. So all in all, I would give it a solid. I would give Friday the 13th Part 3 3D a 3 out of 5, maybe a 3.5. I don't know. But yeah, like I said, it's not technically as good as the second one, I would say. But as far as the fun factor, the entertainment value, it's all there. I will say probably my favorite kill is when he just goes, he shoots the arrow at her head.
Yeah, that
and
was
he just
cool.
drops it and just like,
all right,
I do my thing. You just gotta love that.
All right, I'm done here.
Yeah, most definitely.
Like mic drop.
Yeah, exactly. I got it now. It's like I got my mask. We're doing this. It's exactly what's up. Yeah, so you probably get about 3.5.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Okay, well, that will do it for our Friday the 13th Part 3 3D review. We hope you enjoyed. We will be moving on to the final chapter of the franchise. Yes, exactly. Anyway, yeah, we hope you enjoyed. Please be sure to like, comment, and or subscribe as we continue on this horror journey. We will see you next time. Bye for now.